going on, y'all? What's going on? So, what's my ring? Okay, so I'm out of town, right? So I'm gonna be out of town for a couple of weeks, but I'm still going to fit these coding chats in. All right. So any of you guys who missed some of the chats, um, y'all know y'all can archive, right? Make sure you archive. So this should have also given you guys some time to also get your books. This chat that we're chatting on now is just an informational chat, and it's also for people who want to get in on the classes, who have not yet either made their decision or are not sure which way they want to go, which is fine. What I encourage you to do is to look at some of the prior chats, the medical billing chat, the medical terminology chats, and all the other chats that I have in there. This is an education class, so you guys remember that. Just take a look at some of the chats that are in there. I'm going to be out of town for about 3 weeks, but I'm still going to fit these chats in. And usually, I still do the chats when I have to go from different states. Those of you who have not gotten your books, I want you to get those Kindle books. Check Amazon. Amazon, I saw, also has a Hicks Picks book. It was $40. That was about 5 o'clock this morning. You guys remember I said check at 4 or 5 in the morning. Amazon will have some type of sale in there. Okay. Also, you guys also check my website for what's going on that website. My books are also on my website. Okay, I'm going to put it over here. So after I do this chat, we're gonna chat for a minute. Okay, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna have at least 3 or 4 chats today. Okay, so we're gonna be in class for a long time. Um, when I look at this, when I finish with this one, we're gonna go ahead and have the next chat. So there'll be about 4 chats today. So even though I'm out of town, I'm still going. Like I said, I'm still gonna fit them in. Okay. So again, if you don't have your books, go to Kindle. Um, y'all always put those links up there. The links should be below as well. Go to Kindle and get those free books from out of there. I'm going to drop some links up there. Okay. This is a CPT link that I'm dropping now. Okay. And by all means, if you guys know somebody who wants to start something new, head them towards my YouTube. Okay. Also, I'm in communication with so many providers that are literally just tired of being doctors. Um, it's unusual to me, when I approach providers, doctors, and we're talking about, reports and, how they need to present their reports to the coders and things like that. The conversation gets turned around to, I don't think I want to be a doctor anymore. So, this is new to me. This is new to me. Y'all know I've been in the game for years, and I've never heard this, kind of talk before from straight from doctors. And no, I ain't naming no names, but sometimes I do put posts up as far as, you know, what we talk about or whatever. And it's not to, diminish anybody, it's to educate other doctors and providers. So, you know, I've never heard of a doctor, when I have meetings with my doctors, I've never heard them say, I'm tired of being a doctor. I don't want to be a doctor anymore. And what I do is I either encourage the process or encourage another process. So, let me clarify that. When for providers telling me something like that, and it's just a liberal conversation. It's just whatever. My thing's okay. So why don't you venture off to something else? Try something else. Try coding. If you want to do something low, or you're tired of being a doctor, but you still want to stay into that profession. My advice to the doctor was go on vacation first. Maybe she just need a vacation. I mean, we're talking about coding and training the staff, and then all of a sudden it turned to, I don't want to be a doctor no more. And like I said, I've never had a conversation like that with any of my providers. Uh, the most thing that we talk about is, Lisa, let's turn this office around. Lisa, let's get billers in here. So it's new to me when a provider comes to me and tell me he doesn't want to be a doctor anymore, she doesn't want to be a doctor. And as I'm on this trip, I'm like, well, what do you want to do? You don't, this is the patient. Now, when I was in the OR, it was the patients. I could not deal with seeing those operations on the patients and craniotomies and, open heart. I just couldn't. I literally was passing out. So I can understand if a provider is like, Lisa, I don't want to do this no more. I want to travel. I want to so and so. There are traveling doctors, and my thing to them is try something new. Just like you guys, try something new. Try something new. Um, if you have something that you wanted to test the water with, it does not have to be coded. If you have a goal to do something, you just have to put your mindset to do it. I told the provider if he doesn't want to be a doctor anymore, then what does he want to do? Maybe he wants to do something for a few minutes and then just come back to being a doctor. Or maybe he wants to roll by himself and not work for the hospital. So there's all kind of different reasons why these providers are talking like this. And it's not just talking. I mean, I spoke to one literally crying about she doesn't want to be a doctor anymore. Um, to me, you know how that is, like when you do something, when you want to do something, you want to do something, and you do it, and then you're done. You don't want to do it no more. Y'all know that's how I am. I start doing something. Once I accomplish what I'm doing, I don't want to do it no more. I want to move on to something else. And we were having a conversation. It's different when you're a doctor, and she telling me she don't want to be a doctor no more, and I'm going. And then she's not the only one that's saying this. So the most thing you want to do is encourage. Just the doctors that I have met on this trip, um, that have indicated to me that they do not want to be doctors anymore. It's like I said, it's new to me because I'm talking to my education people. I'm talking to my billers, my coders, my RNs, my CRNs, LPNs, my CNAs, okay, in the whole RCM department. Um, when you are a coder, you do work directly with the providers. I have to meet the providers because they have to be on the same page as to what they are coding. Okay, whether it is right or wrong, the coders are going to look at it anyway. But the most thing is we want to eliminate errors. So that is a gist of the coding pet peeve: no errors. So first thing I'll be like, oh, so why don't you do coding? Why don't you code it? I mean, I'm already giving y'all a boot camp. And the boot camp I'm giving you is just for what you're doing in your specialty. If you Why don't you learn all the specialties? Maybe you want to be a different kind of doctor. Maybe you want to be a DO instead of an MD. So that might be the case. But like I said, that's something different for me. That's something different for me. And when you're an educator and you're in the field that I am, um, educating and jumping in is natural. So I don't care what provider comes at me with whatever, I know how to respond to the provider. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have more providers talking about they do not want to be a doctor anymore. And it could be because they're not able to understand what's going on with the feds and the insurance companies and all these things changing. Because there are a lot of providers, they don't even look at the billers. They don't know what's going on with the biller. The RCM director takes care of that, and the supervisors take care of that as well. So I clearly can understand some of the providers where, maybe they want to dive in. They had a provider somewhere. I saw him on Twitter or something, and he was a customer service person. He was the receptionist. It was the funniest thing in the world. But it just kind of gave me a thing like, is this what's going on now? Do you guys remember when I did the chat on? I went to a doctor's office in CT, and I come in there, and he is at the front desk, and I'm going, I'm sorry. Doctor goes, why are you at the front desk? He says he doesn't have Billa, he doesn't have a front desk person. And I ain't asked why. I'm thinking, well, maybe he's trying to save money or something, or maybe he's trying to so and so. And he's sitting here trying to do the bill. Of course, I sent somebody over there to help him out. But it just, you know, maybe they want to downsize. Maybe they want to do something else. If I have to send a bill over to a doctor's office real quick, he's paying her cash. He's paying her cash. Ain't nobody got time for no payroll. And I reiterate that if you're going to give her cash or you're going to give her a check. Okay, because if she's got to work for you from 9 to 5 and she's not on your payroll, you got to give her cash or a check. And especially when I have like an emergency like that, and and I'm talking to him and asking him why is he at the front desk? He should be in the back. So like I said, they got to pay my billers and coders cash. Yeah, I was able to send one of my billers over there because she actually lived in Connecticut. And anytime they get stuck, I mean, I'm right there. Y'all see me. Y'all can go on the portal or whatever. But I'm seeing stuff like that more and more and more with the doctors um, doing their own admin. So, again, this video is generally about me being on vacation. And it's not even actually a vacation. I'm still working. I'm just going to different places that I like to go to. Um, but while I am out, like I said, there'll be times I might book a chat, I might miss the chat. Okay, we all know that because I'll change the chat if I have to change the chat. But that gives you more time to look at other chats. Okay, so like I said, I'm on. I know a lot of you guys are at work, but some people do. A lot of you guys are at home, and this is actually a good time, especially for those of you who are at home to not only jump in and ask me any type of question that you want. You can get any type of insight on what is billing, what is coding. Miss Lambert, what about the registration? Miss Lambert, what are the classes for YouTube? Uh, when you guys hear me say YTU, I'm indicating YouTube University. When you hear me say Sapphire Academy, I am indicating my online school. Okay, it's not a physical school, it is an online portal. Okay, and in this portal, you can look at anything that's in there. You can chat, you can video, you can discussion board me. This is where we do our one on ones at. This is where your work assignments are given. Um, you can go through any file that you want there and find a test or a quiz. There are no answers in the Sapphire portal, but your docs are there. Um, if you want to, those of you who are YTU, that medical terminology book, that is the book that has tests and quiz in it for you guys that are on YTU. My Sapphire Academy students, that stuff is already in the portal for you. Okay. Some of you who are in my class that are in a different state, some of you might be on a different time. Um, you can always archive this, or you can archive anything that you want. When you do archive, and you guys just take notes. When you guys hear me talking on there, take notes. If I say something on one of my chats and you want to ask me about it, make sure that you take a note on it in the chat, and then you give it to me on the discussion board. The discussion board is everything. So again, if we do discuss something, just we can talk about that from there. Okay. Um, like I said, when people go on vacation, it's not really like vacation. Um, I do usually go on a regular physical vacation, but this time I wanted to use it to kind of use it for work. I just work steadfast and try to, make sure everybody get what they need while I'm still working and doing what I need to do. But if you guys follow the chat course descriptions, you will be on track. There's nothing that I really need to do other than a one-on-one with you if you are interested in the Sapphire portal. I'm also going to put AAPC up here. I am in New York City, and that's all I hear is trains and buses and all kinds of stuff. AAPC.com. AAPC.com. Okay, so that's AAPC.com. Okay, Um, I'm gonna throw that up there. Okay. So, like I said, the chats will be done today. So I will have a few chats that I'm going to be doing. So where I'm at, I'm Eastern time, and it's 10:39 a.m. And like I said, if you guys want to join Sapphire Academy, you can join Sapphire Academy. And Sapphire Academy is not $59.99 now. I had to put that back. But if you guys looked at those other chats, um, I don't know if I have a code on there or not, but I'm getting ready to put one on here. And I think it is 1211-610. Grant 1211-610. Okay, so this this code that I'm putting right here, this is the tuition code. All right. So some of you who do get a chance to um, look at this code. If you go on my website and then you head for the bookstore where it says purchase courses or whatever, and you put that code in there, the courses are free. Okay. So when you do go in there, the courses are going to say $400. So my course is now $400. I had to put it back. I didn't put it back to the 1389 because I don't think it's necessary right now because I still have couple of grants. They're kind of small. They're not like the big one I had before, but I did get a few small ones so I can keep it at that price. Um, and I'm not going to change it again, whether I get a grant or not. Um, we're just going to keep it because then I can use the grants for some books. So again, if you guys see that code, the course is free. The course is now back to $400. Um, Especially, when I have schools and things like that, I have to, once school starts, it's a wrap. Y'all, it's a wrap. But just make sure that you guys get in on the YouTube classes because the YouTube classes is actually your start. Okay, especially if you don't know anything about, um, especially if you don't know anything about coding, um, and you just want to kind of dabble in the billing. YouTube has everything that you need. Okay, some of you just walked in. There's a free grant code there if you guys want to use that, and that takes that $400 off, and that's only for this chat that I'm doing right now because I'm out of town. So the course is not $59 no more. I have to put it back uh, to school rate. So, but don't forget that grant is over there on the side. I'll put it up. Okay. So, like I said, after this chat, um, I don't know. What am I supposed to turn the Dunkin' Donut thing around? I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the Dunkin' Donut thing. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, we're gonna be in this chat for a minute, and I want to see, if anybody's gonna come in. But you guys can always archive this chat. I have on my same glasses. I don't know why this thing is not working. I'm not entering no passcode. Get out of here. So, like I said, in the Teams portal, I can't right now. In the Teams portal, um, you will find everything that you need as far as this chat is concerned. Um, when I do a chat on YouTube, a class chat, I put it in the portal. Chats like this and different other chats, I don't. This chat will more than likely go in a playlist, and I think I have one with just chatting in there. But this one is to make sure I give you the grant for the Sapphire portal, um, because the tuition is back to what it was. But that grant code down there should give you that tuition free, and that's only for this YTU session. So. I'm going to do about, like I said, 3 classes. So you're coding 2 and you're coding 3. Now, some of you do have the CPT book and e-form, which is fine. Get the Kindle. I'm gonna put this here. So we started with ICD-10, right? You can use that Kindle link. It won't hit from here. When you guys hit the link, hit it from the side. It'll open. Um, that book will serve as your temporary book until you get your book. Okay, so that is the ebook that is in the Kindle. Okay, so my coding books are different from yours, but you can use whatever coding books you have. The coding books all have the guidelines. If you cannot get your coding book, go to the Kindle, use the Kindle links. If you do have your coding book, start with the guidelines. This is a beginner class, and I do not start from the beginning, and I do not start from expertise portion. We go from the beginning. If you register for Sapphire, okay, if you register for Sapphire, you will get, like I said, you get an orientation, okay? You will get a video that's already in there. You have a live teacher to talk to. If you are a YTU student, I talk to my students live. So we do one-on-one live. It's not a whole portal and I'm not there. Okay. Um, there are times, sometimes you girls have groups, and the guys have maybe 2, 3 y'all, and I just put all of y'all in the same group, and then we do it. Um, but being that a lot of people are changing professions, a lot of people are changing professions, I think is a good idea. Um, Coding can offset you from the rest as far as being outside. You could be online all day and not know what's going on in the outside world because you just steadfast coding, 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 coding. Coding does not persist if you call in an insurance company. Okay, you will need to talk to your doctor. You will need to talk to your nurse or whoever your liaison is over there, your revenue cycle manager, your supervisor, your coding supervisor, your RN. 9 times out of 10, most of the RNs are coding supervisors, um, but they have regular supervisors as well. And trust me, she's all over the place. She's from one part of the hospital to the other part of the hospital. Okay, but the gist of it is you just want to make sure that you are coding accurately. Okay, make sure you code accurately. And for this channel, you can go back and look at whatever you have. Just any education or any type of learning student, you have to use your search engine if you get stuck. Or of course, call me or whatever, discussion board me. But you want to make sure that you're accurate. Like I said, the hardest part about doing the coding is learning the coding. You guys are going to be tripped out when we start actually doing the coding. You're going to be coding crazy. Erica, if you watching this archive, I know you're going to be coding crazy. Crazy. You're going to be coding crazy. She was such a dog, and I mean somebody who is like the ambition is she's going to do it. She's going to do it. Um, so you know, everybody just just kind of steadfast on what you're doing, and focus and focus. Um, when you finish reading those guidelines, you're going to be eating and sleeping coded. Um, I mean, this is just a chit chat that we're doing, but we haven't gotten up to the hardcore stuff. This is the soft stuff that we're up to, especially for the coders who are beginning, who are at the beginning of my course. As you can see, what you see in the guidelines we must know in order for you to pass that CPC. The CPC has questions on the guidelines, so that is why we need to make sure you're good with that. And you guys remember from the last chat, you guys make sure that you read those guidelines over and over and over. They're going to start coming natural to you. And you also want to try and tab some of your pages, which we will get to. And there's also a chat for tabbing. I put it, I think, in the description. If it's not there, you guys let me know, okay? So, uh, one of the things that we also wanted to talk about is making sure that you make time for your classes. So, even though I'm live with this right now, you guys might come from work, or guys might feel like you want to do it at a later time, 6 or 7. You can. Um, but you guys know I have regular chat at 6 o'clock. And the regular chat that I have at 6 o'clock, I have to move that chat while I'm out of town. So the chat will not be at 6 o'clock. But again, you guys can archive that chat. I may have to do that chat in the morning, like now. Um, the one that we're supposed to have tonight will be after this one. So while I'm out of town, I cannot do 6 o'clock, but I will do the live chats. Um, like I said, those chats will have to be around now, between 10 and 1 o'clock. I have to do them. Tomorrow, no, I have to be in a different city tomorrow about 1. But we're going to get to chatting. Okay, we're a little out of whack right now, but every single chat that you're supposed to get, you're going to get it in there. Okay, but at any rate, we're still doing the guidelines. Okay, we're still doing it. This is not a class chat. This is just a Miss Lambert chatting revenue cycle management chat. Your class chat is going to be right after this. Okay, you've got 2 class chats. So the chat that was for 6 o'clock, I bumped it up. Okay, so that chat is going to be in the next 25 minutes. Okay, as soon as I finish with this, we're going to do coding course number 2. And then right after that, we're going to do 3. Okay. Um, and that's because I don't want you guys to fall too behind with the chats, with the coding. Okay. Make sure you have your ICD-10 book. This link is for the free book. Okay. You can't hit it from here. You probably can hit it from the side, or you hit it from down below. That's the free book. And that can be a temporary ICD-10 book until you get your book. Okay. When we start doing the coding of the cases, did you guys see the case I put out there last night? I put several cases out there last night to see if you guys can code them. I haven't checked to see what percentages got right and what percentages got wrong. But I have decided to start putting coding questions out there for you guys to see if you guys are catching those codes. And this is for some of you who already work in a hospital. Some of you are already kind of advanced. That's in my class. Y'all just kind of brushing up. But I still wanted to put those codes out there just to give y'all an idea of what y'all getting ready to get into. Um, you know, what is coding? What is revenue codes? You know, what do you need for billing? Um, some of those questions I did take from my HIM exam. I'm not gonna put the exam up, but I will take stuff from there and throw it out there. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put a couple of more out there. Let's see. I want to see y'all start interacting more with the Sapphire channel. Okay, interact more with the Sapphire channel. Now, my goal is again to uh, make sure we get the subs, make sure we get you guys here. I need you guys to watch. So, I want you to watch the videos and subscribe to the channel. Um, if you watch 70 videos, you should be billing savvy, coding savvy. Watch the videos, take notes, and continue to follow me. I don't just post on YouTube. Okay, my goal is not to be the biggest YouTuber in the world. My goal is to be the biggest instructor in the world on YouTube. Yeah, I gotta help me do that. So you guys also check out my Instagram, Twitter. Now I'm having a couple issues with Twitter. I can't find my page, but not my personal page. Don't go on my personal page, y'all. Y'all don't know what my personal page name is anyway, so don't go on that. Um, when you go on my website, all of my pages is below Pinterest and all that kind of stuff. I don't know whatnot and all that stuff is on there, but y'all know me, I do all this stuff. Um, but I want you guys to make sure that you stay engaged. Stay engaged. I have a couple of people who have goals to take their CPC in December. I'm expecting you guys to be in the classroom. Okay, I can tell when y'all in Sapphire Academy classroom. Okay, as soon as somebody comes in the classroom, I get a ping, and I know to come in there, or I know who's actually in there. Okay, so you guys can't see each other in the classroom unless we are in a group chat. So if Tanisha's in the classroom and Shemaya's in there, they don't know that both of them is in there. Okay, I will be checking files tonight. So I'm going to check files tonight. You guys have any tests for me? I'm going to be checking files tonight. I know some of you are sending me your tests via email. That's fine, you know. But I'm just grading it and I'm putting it in your Sapphire folder. So make sure you get your tests out of your Sapphire folder. Okay, so everything should be in your Sapphire folder. Your grades are already in there. Okay, and you guys, I'm talking to Sapphire Academy. You guys already have a list test that you should be doing. Um, and again, the class is at your own pace. Um, if you have not yet gotten up to a certain part, look at your schedule and you say, okay, so this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, I haven't given y'all a full outline of this yet because this class, I said again, is going to be a lot more than your last class. This is your gusto right here. I'm getting ready to take my test in December. If you are following, as we're doing. And again, like I said, you can always go on the Sapphire portal and find what you need. You can find what you need on the Sapphire portal. Okay. I'm just going to put this in here because there are some that and I don't understand. People ask me the same thing over and over. What's the website, Lisa? What's the website, Lisa? And I'll tell you, I put this website right here so we all can see what the website is. And don't forget, I do answer. Now, some of you might not get an answer right back from me right away, but I'm going to answer back. Okay. Now, if you send a message on the website, the AI should be answering you back. If they not, let me know. And again, like I said, it's self-paced. And what I want to do is kind of make myself more available at certain times. So that's what we're working on now. What we're working on right now. I'm not pretty sure. Um, when I come from, uh, I think I have to go to. I do. I have to go to Charlotte. Uh, I don't know if any of you from Charlotte, but I haven't had a student from Charlotte. I don't know, but I have to go to Charlotte soon. And again, we're still going to do our exercises there. But I have to go to a couple of facilities there, and when I get there, I'm going to check them out. I'm going to check them out. I got to see who I know there, who I can get to know there. And a lot of times, I make sure, even if I have appointments with other doctors, I make sure I get to know the rest of them because um, they may call me and say, Lisa, I need a biller for 2 hours. Lisa, I need a biller for XYZ. And I'm sending you all over there. Um, if you get stuck, y'all know to holler at me. Miss Lambert, I forgot to do this. You know, and that's why I want y'all to join the Sapphire Academy because I got an EHR in there. Okay, that's going to help you guys. I can't put it up here because I got stuff in there. It has to be in the Sapphire Academy in the portal, and I made the portal from Teams because most of y'all already know Teams that work in the hospital. When we do our teams at Trinity, when I was at Trinity, we always did it by teams. Moses Cone too. Everybody did it, by teams. Um, and if you're not sure about the navigation of the Teams portal, I've got a chat in there, and I think I wrote on it Teams portal navigation, which is on the front. okay, which will help you navigate through. Okay. So yeah, I got y'all know I got stuff all around me that I'm just kind of checking and looking. And like I said, I want you guys to just, I have to respond to this one. Just make sure that you kind of follow the classes. Let me tell you something. I am always on the computer. Let me tell you how long I'm on the computer. From morning to night, unless I'm out. Unless I'm out. Okay. Unless I'm out. If I am on the street, then I'm using my iPad. So if you need to get at me, I always make myself available. When you register for the class, I make myself available. You do not have to make a $400 payment at one time. You can make a payment plan. When you go register out, when you go on my website, it's going to ask you, do you want to pay the whole thing or do you want to make a payment plan? Okay. All right, I have to get at y'all later. So, anybody have any questions for me? Make sure that you send me an email. Okay, I know. Of course, I'm gonna put it there. Y'all know my email already anyway. No, the business email, the school email. And remember, this is discussion board. Discussion board is everything. So be part of discussion board, okay? And I'm just putting this here. So when you do want to get in touch with me, and this is for some of you who are not in the portal. Um, Most of the time, if you send me something from your Sapphire email, which when I give you a Sapphire email, that's how I expect you to get in touch with me. Those of you who are in this Sapphire Academy. So let's say I don't do a class, and you say, Miss Lambert, you're not doing a class today. I will get it. Okay, so use your Sapphire email, or you're going to use a Microsoft email. I'll get it. No matter what of these gadgets I have, I will get it, and I'll let you know. What's going on. So, like I said, 9 times out of 10, if I don't have a class and I'm scheduled to have the class, I will change it. Okay, I will change it, and I want you guys to archive um, if you actually miss it. And again, this class, we are not going over any class courses. This is a chatting class. So this chat is for you guys got any questions for me regarding the Sapphire Academy or the YTU, okay, coding class. Okay. After this, we're having class. So that's strictly class. Like I said, class, we're going to do coding 2 and coding 3. Okay. I'm thinking coding 2 and coding 3 will probably all consist of your guidelines, and then we will be heading towards the format of coding digits. Now, you will need your step by step book. I'm not pulling up the step by step book. This is a chatting class, okay? The next class, I will pull up the chatting book. But we're not pulling up any books right now. This is just chatting. So again, if you guys want to change careers, if you guys feel like you want to do something else, and again, uh, being a coder or a medical biller, You can live anywhere you want to. I see so many people going to different countries and stuff like that. Most of them work at home anyway. That's one of the benefits of being a coder. You're going to be working at home. Okay. I don't think it's even necessary for the coders to come in. I mean, what's the purpose? They're working on the computer anyway. And when we had the mandate of working home during COVID, it's different from the feds. They didn't mandate us to come back in or nothing like that. I mean, you work for a hospital. I don't know about the VA. They might be a little bit different, but um, you set your own time, set your own schedule. Uh, if I have a doctor who wants me to code for him, then I will. I do not go in and do the coding anymore. I train them to do the coding. If I have Dr. Livingston, my best bud, he's the OR chief of anesthesia. If he calls me and say, Lisa, I need you to do this for me, of course I'm going to do it. Dr. Greger, bless his soul, he's the best cardiologist in the world. He died in a plane accident. If he called me, I'll be there in a minute. Um, but I don't do direct coding anymore. I might fix something, or my coders might have an issue, or my coders might, they need to know something. Okay, y'all got to excuse that noise right there. I know New York City is crazy. Did y'all see that thing I put up there about in New York City? I'm not even gonna talk about it. Y'all go ahead and look at it. Look at that. What was it? The shirt I put up there yesterday. I'll tell you, when I come to New York, I just be like, that's how you have to be. You come to New York. I can't believe. Man, no, I don't think I could ever be a New York actual resident. I listen. I commend everybody who lives in New York City. It's just, I'm sorry. I don't know. All right. Okay. Now, I'm from New York. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm from New York. I just always never stayed in New York. I'm born and raised in New York. Um, I just never liked it. But I'm sorry. I still don't like it. But anyway, um, New York is money. Now that's different. Okay. Now that's different. New York is money. If you want to work at a hospital, and you want to work at a clinic or something, they pay it in New York. I'm tell you right now. I mean, you might start at 85. You just took your test. You might start at 85. Uh, don't sleep on New York when you want to make money. You may have to sleep outside in a car or something like that. Don't sleep on New York when you want to make money. And it's so crazy because you can't have your cake and eat it too. You gotta be rich to afford one of these $800,000 houses and work at the same time. Well, your money gonna go there. I got a remedy for that though. Um, I don't like Connecticut at all, but I know my closest works in New York, 6 figures, and guess where she got her house at? Connecticut. What was it? 420? I don't know what it was. 420 mansion. I'm telling you right now, mansion. I can't name no names, but I'm so proud of her. I don't know what to do. I'm so proud of her, And 6 figures. That's my sister. Okay, my sister. Okay, my sister is one of the vice presidents over at North Shore, Long Island Jewish, and she's gonna come on here. You know what? I'm going to ask my sister to come on here and tell her story. I'm gonna ask her to come on here and tell her story. Uh, my sister uh, actually started in the OR. No, she didn't go in the OR. Me and my other sister was in the OR, and uh, she came in. What was that? She started in the and scheduling. She started in the scheduling, and my sister's not the vice president over there. She's the assistant vice president over there. She has a beautiful home. As a matter of fact, I was over there a couple of days when I first got in New York. I went to CD, and my sister's house is amazing. It's beautiful, and we were. You know how sisters do. We having tea time, but she's a perfect example. You want to work in, New York City. You won't make some money in New York City. and they keep trying to get me to stay in New York. I just can't. I see. I'm like such a country girl now. I don't care. Give me $2. I'm going to the South. I'm sorry. I can't. But and I don't like Connecticut either. Dang. So what? Nah, I was making the same money. I was making the same money in Connecticut. I was making the same money in Connecticut. I just hated Connecticut, and I'm like probably one in millions. Uh, Shoot, one in thousands. You get that job and you get that six-figure job and you can't stand it. It's not even that you can't stand it. It's just I don't know. I have issues with even anybody being over my head. I'm sorry. I'm a boss of my own company. Okay. I may not be making millions like you making, but I'm just sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? But I want you guys to feel that same way. Um, don't feel like you have to be tied down to anything. Do what you love because you want to do it, um, and you'll be fine. You know, a person like me, I like to move around. Everybody know me. Most of my girlfriends they know me. My people know me. Um, I just can't sit in one place for long. If I get when I get tired of Atlanta, I'm bucking. Um, when I get tired of wherever, I'm just not ready to be like this sit down type of person yet. I'm used to doing my business all over states, so that's why I'm all over the place. But you guys, you have to make that decision. You have to make that decision of what you want to do um, with your life. When I see certain things, they purposely put across my page because they want me to make a comment on it. Um, and the comments that I make are sincerity. The comments that I make are real. And if people didn't like my comments, then they would not respond to them. So make a lot of comments about certain things regarding people's life, regarding people's job, regarding, you don't want to work anymore, regarding, I'm sick of this, and a lot of women, and that's what Black Phoenix Team Us is about. Um, I'm also going to do a chat about Black Phoenix Team Us. A lot of people don't know about Black Phoenix Team Us because they see me with Sapphire all the time. Black Phoenix Team Us is women empowerment. That's what Black Phoenix Team Us is. Each one teach one. The Black Phoenix Team Us is if I don't know something, you don't know something, me and you are going to find out. Black Phoenix Team Us is let's grow. Let me teach you what I know. That's what Black Phoenix Team Us is. And Black Phoenix Team Us is, I won't say women because it's not just women, it's everybody. Okay. As a black woman uh, in this world today, there are so many of us that are a part of the 350,000. And there are thousands of women that just don't know where to turn. I have a different channel. The channel is called Lisa Real Talk. Uh, I'm going in there today while I have the time. So if you guys want to talk about anything other than schooling, it's called Lisa Real Talk. And that's where I talk about different things, especially us as a woman, um, prospering and doing more. Let me put I haven't been on in a while, but I'm going to start to go on it. I have a chat that we did um, when the feds first started laying off. And I got such good input on that chat. I want you guys to make sure that you pop over to Lisa Real Talk at some point. And over there, that's where I talk about issues. I talk about us as women. I talk about, why us. I talk about what can we do. I talk about things that, we want to do as a person. You want to kind of have fun doing. So it's not just It's not just me, doing education. I have a lost weight channel as well. Losing weight and my triumphs and kind of losing weight and kind of getting myself back to how it was. And no, I don't take the Ozempic anymore. And I had to go through those steps. So we're going to talk about a couple of those different things on there. And it's all about what you want to do in life. Talk about what you want to do. So again, while I am out and I don't have to go in the office, anything like that, I will be on YouTube for probably a minute. But today I want to make sure I get y'all's classes out of the way. Okay, I want to make sure we get y'all's classes out of the way. Um, if you don't have your book, make sure you try to get your books. So no, you don't need a student loan to learn how to do billing and coding. Um, there's so many channels that can put you in the right place on YouTube. I don't want y'all to think about getting a student loan. Okay. Like I said, in my Real Talk channel, I talk about everything. We're we're regular people, and I don't know why us as women we kind of get it the hardest. We kind of get it the hardest, but you know what? That should make you stronger. That should make you stronger. Um, we talk about things that go on with education on this channel. On Lisa Real Talk, we talk real talk. We talk real talk on that channel. I haven't popped my channel on a little bit, but I'm going on that channel today. I have so many people asking me certain things, especially those doctors that want to quit. And like I said, my advice to them is take vacation or try something new. Uh, don't quit. I mean, like I said, I've haven't. This is the first time I've heard doctors telling me they want to quit. They don't want to be a doctor no more. So I have to talk about that on a different channel because this channel we focus on education. Um, we focus on education on this channel, and who knows, I might even start talking about it on this channel because I have some of the y'all, and y'all forget that I have another channel, but we'll also talk about that as well. That channel is a little different than this one. It's just like real talk. We're talking real talk on here. And some of my chats, are like that. And I probably will put them here because y'all be emailing me all kinds of stuff that don't have nothing to do with coding. Y'all, listen, I don't care. Y'all can email me what you want, but some of y'all are emailing me stuff that has nothing to do with coding. It's all right because y'all know I like to talk. Y'all know I like to talk, right? So, and sometimes some of the stuff y'all tell me, I do put it out there, but I'm not naming no names. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to do those two classes after this. And that chat that we were going to do on Lisa Real Talk, I'm still going to do it on Lisa Real Talk. The thing about it is, I cannot go live yet on Lisa Real Talk. Um, and my other channels, I cannot go live yet. I only can go live on this channel. So I may just talk about different things on this channel, but I'd like to get that channel where I need it. And I'm pretty sure I can do it. Um, I got to get that channel able for us to go live, but I'm going to pop in there. But like I said, in this channel, this is an education channel. Okay, so you guys make sure that you get in on this channel. There's no fee for you to begin to learn how to do coding. There is no fee for you to become experts in coding. Okay. Take your time and do what you need to do. Okay. Um, this is actually the background what I used to use. I used to use this in the beginning. So and y'all know I got a bunch of stuff going on. But this is my quick way to just make sure we still have a nice background. But again, anybody who wants to learn how to do billing and coding, you guys let me know. Okay, I would like for you all to go ahead and join the classroom. I will put this book back up here. I need to make sure you guys got this book. And I like to utilize YouTube a lot better than the other channels because I can do a lot more with YouTube. And You guys can see some of the food and stuff I put up there, shorts and different things. I just kind of have fun with YouTube. I'm telling you. You got those women that's sitting at home and we don't have nothing to do. We're XYZ. Go on YouTube and find something to do. Trust me. That's my girl right there. And if you feel like you need to have a one-on-one discussion about the coding, all right, about the billing, about the books. Don't forget you can go to thrift.com and also get the books. You can go to amazon.com and also get the books. You can go to Elsevier. No, I ain't pulling it up. You can go to Elsevier and get the books. Okay. You can go to AAPC and get the books. Okay. Now remember, you have to have a membership for AAPC to take your tests. Okay. So that membership on the AAPC is $222. And like I said, I wouldn't get the membership until it's time for me to take my test. Okay, when you get ready to schedule for your test, then you can do the membership. But the membership is amazing. Okay, you still get a certificate of membership. There are a lot of things that you will get with your course. Okay, and I put all those things in there. I put what's going to be on your AAPC test. I put the link for AAPC. I put the cost of the test for AAPC. I put what you need to study for your AAPC. Okay, especially if you are home, especially like now, use this opportunity as your study time for AAPC because that test is going to be the hardest thing you ever do in your life. Once you fin, I won't say in your life. Once you finish as far as education, once you finish, that's when it's going to get easy. That's when it's going to get easy. But the best thing is that you don't have to put in a student loan. You don't have to have no big bucks. The academy is only $400. You can do 100, 100, and 100. When you go into that bookstore, it'll give you options in there. If you want to pay right from my website, you can pay right from my website for your tuition. Um, I put the tuition in there on the website, and I'm always constantly building up my website. Um, yeah, save some money. I do it myself. Um, well, okay, they do the layout. They put stuff in there, but I tell them what I want. I tell them what I want in there. Okay, I tell them what I want in there, and they build it. Uh, I'm learning how to do AI stuff, and I think my son is the only one who can show me how to do that. That's type of stuff that he does. Okay, so this chit chat is over. Okay, y'all know I always do a chat. Try to do at least an hour on the chat, and I keep seeing my little duck up there. He's so annoying. Um, And the duck is up there because it is free, so they got to have powered by something up there. I just don't feel like why should I pay for a plan when I'm getting the same thing here. The only difference is I might not be able to stream across the board, but I still think it's a benefit. But we'll see. We'll see. You guys remember I said I might start going back to the paid subscription of StreamYard, pending how I want to go across the board. Um, I want to go across the board because of my Twitch. And that's the reason why I want to go across the board. Um, and if any of you guys want to do social media, y'all know me. I'm all over social media. Do not be afraid of social media. You ain't got a friend in the world to ain't on social media. You won't even be thinking about having a friend in the world. Um, like I said, I will soon start doing across the board. I do sometimes I do Instagram across the board, but it it's it doesn't it doesn't really make sense if you're not going to do all across the board. If you're just going to do two or three, it's just okay. So just do them on different days. But I have like six I want to do across the board. So we'll see. But again, I will be on live on TikTok. Y'all know I'll be live on TikTok. Now I don't know what's going to become of TikTok, but are y'all still hanging around on TikTok? I gotta ask my friend King. I don't even know if he's on TikTok, but I don't. I really don't know the status of the TikTok right now. I know somebody did buy it over, but This chat is over. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to knock that chat out. That is 2, and I've set it for 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock tonight. And I will not be able to do them at night. Your chats will be earlier. Okay? So I'm gone. Get that book down. I'll see you in about 10 minutes.